Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I want to talk about this drug culture that we have. Mac Miller died. Excuse me. I mean, do you consider a drug overdose suicide? Uh, um, you understand what I'm saying? It's like because where I come from, when gangbangers get in fights and they shoot and sometimes kill each other, people don't feel sorry for them. It's like they deserve it, right? To some degree, right? There's a portion of the culture that says they deserve it. They're doing ignorant shit, et cetera, et cetera. And this drug culture is same circumstance, same outcome, and yet they rely on he needed help. He had a drug habit. I'm with all of that, right? I'm not being disrespectful to the dead. I'm not being callous. But at the end of the day, man, personal accountability is I just think that we have to be better at personal accountability. We have to be better at picking ourselves up. We have to be better at searching for help. It's too soon to really, really delve into this conversation right now because I really don't want to deal with this energy online. I'm not going to address this again about Mac Miller. But whatever you're going through, I'm going to use Mac Miller's death to address what we're going through as individuals, right? Seek help, clinical help, friendship help. It shouldn't get to the point of it takes an extreme amount of drugs or displeasure or to kill yourself in my eyes. I'm not an expert on dosage and anything like that, even though Dre is a doctor, right? But that's the ongoing argument that we have. Like we I've never taken a drug and she prescribes drugs for a living. So that's I'll maybe we'll have that debate online one day so you guys can enjoy that. So I believe in Dr. Sebi. You know, she believes in the FDA. so, so, oh man, and um, I just want us to be accountable. I want us to seek help when we need it. We're all gonna go through this life in need of some help. We're all gonna go through life in need of a conversation, in need of a hug. You understand? I mean, me sitting in this Brooklyn hotel is an example of how many people helped me. You know, I'll never, and half the people that helped me, I'll never ever know. You know what I mean? Maybe the guy that gave my mom a job that paid for my clothes in grade school. Um, so many more examples I can give. I'm drawing a blank now, but you guys get my drift. I just want us to love the fact and embrace the fact that one, you're not alone, and two, everyone needs help. All right, it may not be an AA meeting, it may not be a drug counseling meeting, it may be a um, obesity, it may be you're a workaholic, it may be you're selfish, it may be something as little, not little, but time management, money management. You know, maybe you're have maybe you're a sex addict. You know what I mean? There's so many different avenues that we can go through, but I just want to send this message of encouragement. I'm a firm believer in personal accountability. So when I look at Mac Miller, when I look at kids in my neighborhood, at the end of the day, it's personal accountability. And I also know that um, we have walked by these issues, myself included, and ignored the person that needed help. And then when we look back, we're like, man, we saw all the signs, right? We saw all the symptoms, right? And since this is a boxing channel, we get hot and cold on a guy like Adrian Broner. Like he's a grown man, he's a millionaire, he understands what the hell he's doing, you know. And then when we get a news brief like Mac Miller died, it's like, whoa, 26. Anytime a 26-year-old, whether he's a famous rapper or a getting a master's in college, or he owns a store. Since I'm in Brooklyn on Flatbush Boulevard, you understand what I'm saying? It's alarming when a 26-year-old loses his life of self-induced, self-inflicted pain. It's hurtful. It stops your day. It makes you wonder, like, who, why, how, where, and when, right? And I know people are going to say, well, this happens in my community rather often, and and what we need to realize and understand, when famous people die like this, it brings awareness. It allows us to be introspective, and I just want all of us to be introspective. Maybe you have your cousin, maybe you have your best friend, maybe your wife, maybe your husband, maybe your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your first cousin, your distance cousin. You understand? Don't be afraid to have that conversation. Don't be afraid to push them towards the help. You know, I told you guys, and this has been a reoccurring theme of late in my videos. Sometimes we got to go to where people are. You know, I use the example time and time again. A starving man. First, you, in my eyes, first you got to feed him. And then maybe then you teach him how to fish. Maybe then you tell them he needs to go get a job. But he's not listening to you when his motherfucking stomach is touching his is touching the spinal cord. You know what I'm saying? Feed him first, and then delve into the topic. And sometimes it takes time and time again. I'll use my example. You guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you guys only saw the end of it on YouTube. And please don't say I'm gloating. I only can. The greatest examples I can give y'all is examples of myself. And I was helping this man. I ran by him for 2 years, and and he and I. You guys know him, the Crenshaw Cowboy. If you live in L.A., he's off the 10 freeway in Crenshaw. And I wanted to help. I wanted to find a way to help him, because in my head I was thinking giving this guy a couple bucks, buying him a smoothie every day, talking to him is just a band-aid, right? I'm pretending there is not a problem. Long term, short term, I there's a solution. Long term, I'm ignoring the real problem. And so I told myself, this was at the top of the year for Christmas. I bought him a Christmas gift. I wrapped it, and I wanted to make him feel good. I said, by June 30th, because it was the 1 year anniversary of the 444 album. You guys know how special that 444 album is to me. Uh, I said, I want to find this man services where he can ultimately fish forever. And so it took some time. Honestly, a handful of subscribers, a handful of people on Instagram navigated me to phone calls, navigated me to programs where could ultimately help him. I made multiple is an understatement. Emails, phone calls. I spent a lot of man hours helping this man. And so lo and behold, it took about 6 months. I forget the timeline, but you guys have seen it. And 5 or 6 months it took for me, because I didn't know what I was doing. I've never ever helped a guy at this level in terms of homelessness, right? And I said, so it took a couple hours, it took a lot of man hours, and then we finally found him resources, right? Thanks to actually a subscriber pointed me in the right direction, and so I took his advice and called the program. We got services, right? A week, no, less than a week later, he was back on the street, and it hurt my heart. It hurt my heart. Next time I ran by him, I yelled at him, I cursed him out. What the hell are you doing? Yada yada yada. And at the end of the day, I told you guys this. If you follow me on Instagram, when you help someone, your blessings is not connected to how the other person receives the blessings or the help you give them. Your blessings is independent of how they receive theirs. And that gave me comfort. That gave me solace. And I want to tell you guys this. Even when they don't want to receive the help on that end, your blessings is independent of how they receive the blessings that you are attempting to give them. So help people. Help people. It's essential, it's important, and the most humbling thing and the most beautiful thing is when you can meet people where they are and you guys plant the seed, and months and years later, it turns into a full blown plant. It turns into a full blown relationship plant. So I just want to encourage you guys. Let Mac Miller be this reminder. And I know we're going to get a reminder tomorrow on the news. I know CNN is going to tell us a story. I understand. I'm not ignoring those, but Mac Miller is a popular guy, and he brings light to the subject. And I think it's important that we continue to want to help. I think it's important that we feel entitled to attempt to help. So, message of encouragement, man. I know it's fight night. Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, you guys got my prediction video. I got it 51-49, 55-45 max. Hopefully I shed some light. I'm gonna do my, not do my best. I'm going to give you guys great content today. At about noon, I'm gonna check out this hotel and get to work. I'm hopefully going to see Serena at 4 though. She's in the championship at the U.S. Open, so I'm waiting on my tickets to come through now. And then when I get back, it's full blown grind mode, and hopefully I can give you guys 40 to 50 more videos for you guys to enjoy, and give you guys some insight on the boxing game. And I truly appreciate you guys support, and we off and running, y'all. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Hug a brother. Tell a brother you love him. Like, for real. Every man I met in New York today, this week, I uttered the words "I love you." I just met the man. I love you. Because don't forget, you guys. Some people are gonna say that's kind of awkward. That's kind of, remember, we are spiritual beings moonlighting as human beings. All right, our soul goes somewhere else. Right. Our human beings, we either get cremated or we get buried in the ground. All right, that's the end result. But our souls live on forever. Our souls live through our children. Our souls literally live through the plants we plant in our backyard. Our souls live through the ideas, the conversations, and the actions we give to this universe. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations. Feel free, hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.